Yo, what's good? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moon Podcast, and today we're going to talk about Boston Celtics head coach Ime Udoka. Now, Ime Udoka was a first-year head coach in the 2022 season. He led the team to the NBA Finals. I mean, he had a great rookie campaign as a head coach, and I think he did really well. And I think that he was leading that team in the right direction, and it looked like the team had promise, especially under his leadership. He replaced Brad Stevens, who couldn't really get them over the hump. He finally led the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals, so it looked like the team organization was all headed in the right direction, solid, right? Unfortunately, yesterday there was some news circulating that he had violated some organizational policies as it relates to having relations with a member of his staff. According to some articles, they said that this relationship was consensual, but pretty much was like a zero tolerance for the Boston Celtics. Like, they do not allow that, and he was going to be punished to a certain degree. To what that degree was, we don't know. As of now, it's been confirmed that he will be suspended for a full season, which is crazy to me because I understand that the organization has policies and zero tolerance for having relations with staff, and I can understand a fine, even a suspension of maybe a month or two, but a 1-year suspension, and we don't really have very specific details as to far as like how deep and what they discovered, if we even get that. But I'm sure some of that stuff will leak out. But just on the surface, right? We just had an owner of the Phoenix Suns who was running amok pretty much in terms of his behavior, misogynistic environment and racially insensitive comments and behavior, all of these types of things, and he got a $10 million fine and a 1-year suspension. And I know that was an NBA investigation, and that the Boston Celtics was a organizational investigation and punishment, and as it relates to their own internal policies. But it's just it's weird, and maybe coaches need to start having some type of, if they already don't, some type of coaches association or something like this for stuff like this. I think that the Boston Celtics holding him for 1 year, basically, like, it just seems like you kind of had this man on a leash. Like, if you're going to suspend someone for a year, your head coach who just took you to the NBA Finals, you're better off just firing him and saying that he violated, organizational policies or conduct detrimental to the league, kind of something similar to the NFL, but use it for your own organization type shit, right? And I don't know what the Celtics are doing. And I know, like, it's not to make excuses for Ime. Ime should have known. He did know. Maybe he didn't know, but most likely you should know the policies. You were having consensual relations with your staff member. Okay, like, and if it finds out, okay, it's a possibility that you could, and maybe it was in his contract that he was going to get suspended, and there is no 1 month or 2 months here and there. But I just think that the punishment definitely does not fit the crime, considering what we just saw with the Phoenix Suns owner. I know it's totally two different issues and stuff like that, but they're better off just firing him and let him move on. And I'm sure another team would have found him right away, and he'd been picked up fairly quickly. It's just unfortunate, honestly, for Ime. And you always want to be supportive of black coaches in these top positions, and for him to just kind of and he had a really good successful first year, and then for him to just kind of drop the ball like this. But and also it goes back to men in certain positions, right? I'm not going to get into that again, but I did a couple videos with a few celebrities who kind of want to use their status, and I'm not saying that he uses status, but in a way, just by you having position, your status is already like illuminated, right? So it makes certain access to certain things is kind of easier. But he should have known better. But anyways, guys, thank y'all for tuning in, and please like, subscribe, follow, comment, everything. You know the deal. Appreciate the love. Take care. Bye.